Here in Week 9, the 6-1 Saints played host to the 2-5 Washington Redskins. We'll start things off with those Redskins in the first quarter. Kirk Cousins in the I-form, play action to Jeremy Hill. All the time in the world in the pocket, goes way downfield, and Jamison Crowder making a diving catch at the 3-yard line. But the Saints defense came up huge. Anthony Walker with the goal line stop on 3rd and goal. So the Redskins have to settle for a field goal. 3-0 Washington lead in this one. Later on in the first, Washington back on offense. Another play action from Cousins, goes over the middle, finds Chris Humphries, the former Clemson Tiger. But then on 3rd and 9, Cameron Jordan coming from the outside. Big time sack for him. And the Saints force the Redskins to punt. Move things on to the second quarter now. Saints on offense. Teddy two gloves of the play action. Over the middle has Michael Thomas. Gets into Washington territory. And then another play action later in the drive as he finds Kobe Fleener, lobs it over the head of the linebackers, and Fleener proceeds to go 46 yards down the sideline to the end zone. Touchdown Saints. They take a 7-3 lead. Saints back on offense later in the second quarter. Teddy two gloves this time finds Michael Thomas on the curl route, and then the very next play rolls out to his right, lobs it up to Brandon Coleman, but it's a DPI on Josh Norman. So the Saints get down to midfield. 1st and 10, handoff to Alvin Kamara. Only has one tackle to shed, but he just cannot shed it. Kobe Fleener was also injured on the play, so later in the drive, when Teddy Two Gloves finds his white tight end, it is his backup Josh Hill gets down to the 7-yard line. Now on the 3, it's a handoff to Mark Ingram, who barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown Saints, they extend their lead to 14-3. Later on in the second, Cousins and the Skins are inside Saints territory as Cousins finds Vernon Davis, who sheds a tackle and then gets taken down inside the 10 or inside the 15, but there was also a roughing the passer. They're on the 7. Everybody's covered, but nobody accounts for Crazy Legs Cousins as he gets into the end zone, a rushing touchdown, and it's a 14-10 ball game now heading into the second half, where the third quarter, Harrison Lane, the rookie running back for the Skins, sheds a tackler and then gets taken down at field goal range, but they would get stopped on the goal line and settle for a field goal. 14-13 now, Saints only in the lead by 1. That was the only thing that happened in the third quarter. So we move on to the fourth now, where Bridgewater over the middle has Brandon Coleman down at the 34-yard line. Now it's 2nd and 10 as Teddy over the middle, overthrows his man Tavon Austin, picked off by Cravens, and the Redskins take over on offense. But good thing for the Saints as their defense came up huge. 3rd and 12 on the own 22. Trey Hendrickson with the big-time sack forces a punt from the Skins, and the Saints take over on offense inside Washington territory. Teddy Bridgewater is sacked, and they would not recover from that. Trent Murphy with the big-time sack. Saints punt, and now inside the 2-minute warning is Cousins down by 1. In the flats finds Butler. First down for the Skins. Very next play, Cousins. Yet again in the flats. This time he has Jeremy Hill. Another first down for the Skins. Now on the 22 later in the drive, it's 3rd and 5. They need a conversion. What do you know? The flats are open yet again. This time it's Jeremy Sprinkle. And now they're on the 6-yard line. 3rd and goal. Handoff to Jeremy Hill. He punches it into the end zone. They try to go for 2, only get 6. And it's now a 19-14 game. So 5-point lead for the Skins. Saints take over. Barely any time to work with. Bridgewater finds Procise there in the corner. Very next play, another corner, Brandon Coleman drops the pass. Now they have to go for the end zone. 2nd and 10, Bridgewater takes a shot to the end zone. Brandon Coleman, 2 men in coverage, gets his hand on it, but it ends up just popping up and picked off in the end zone by McDougald. And it's now a 19-14 victory for the Washington Redskins as the Redskins surprise the favorite Saints. Saints drop to 6-2. Redskins improve to 3-5. The big story of the day was the Redskins defense just completely shut down the Saints rushing game. Alvin Kamara only had 20 yards on 8 carries. That's 2.5 yards per carry. Mark Ingram had 5 for 8 yards. That's 1.6 per carry. So huge day for the Redskins defense as they get the win in this one. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Saints Football. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying goodbye.